Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Heartland Mamas.
I'm Heidi Henry, and I'm in your face.
I'm Murray Briel, trying to save the human race.
And we're coming to you from the edge of the Great Red Divide here in rural Illinois. So today, Murray, we're going to talk about the last presidential debate.
Yes.
That was the other night, Thursday night. Is it Thursday night or Wednesday night?
Thursday night.
Today's Sunday for us. Anyway, so we had 10 players on the stage.
Yes, we did.
And it was nothing new. I mean, you know, there was a few things that came across that I thought were interesting. But overall, I got the impression that any one of them would make a better president.
I think my pet rock, Sarah, would make a better president than we currently have. So I couldn't agree more. Whoever comes through, 100% behind you, go team, we will make sure it happens. Yep. I do see some favorites emerging.
Yes.
I see that Elizabeth Warren has gone up and up.
Oh, yeah. She had a good night.
She did. She really, to me, seemed to be the one who stayed on message most.
Yes.
Explained her programs and plans.
Didn't get flustered.
Didn't get in the crux of...
She was presidential.
She was. I do want to see her kind of switch up those black pants.
Oh, I didn't notice what she was wearing.
Okay, so every debate... Every time I have seen her publicly, she has these black slim fit pants because she's a small woman.
Yeah.
A black shirt and a colored blazer.
Okay.
And the pants, I believe, could be a little more squared and maybe not black. Maybe gray pants and a gray shirt and a blue blazer.
Are you going to do a clothing critique on the male candidates too? Or just her?
No. And the only reason I'm critiquing her is because that's her standard
style
uniform. And that's okay. I'm sure she's trying to avoid the pantsuit thing that Hillary had. And some of the candidates are doing pantsuits.
I love
Kamala's a big pantsuit.
I love a good pantsuit.
Oh, me too. I live in pantsuits. But I can see where Elizabeth is distinguishing herself.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, though, maybe it's just the pants. I feel like she's wearing leggings. They're very close fitting, and she's tiny, but I'm like, why are you wearing leggings?
See, and I love jeggings and leggings.
So do I.
I wear them all the time.
I don't know. I know
not
that
in the
sounds
summer.
Totally bizarre.
Jean shorts. That's all I wear.
For me.
Jean skirts. So.
But I really see that Elizabeth is doing very well. I felt she controlled the arena. She controlled the message. She answered the questions.
Yes.
And she wasn't whiny. She wasn't offensive.
And she didn't make part of her delivery an attack on Joe Biden. And where, you know, maybe I'm not the biggest Joe Biden fan, but he is an amazing man. I'm getting real tired of the candidates just using him as a punching bag. What do you think?
They are punching up. It seems like each debate we have a new one that tries to swing for the fences.
Julian Castro this time. I loved Julian Castro until Thursday night. And I thought, you know what? You're trying to get Kamala Harris's moment from the first night of debates.
And the second night when she did it again, it backfired on her.
You did.
So the rest of the presidential candidates should have known that it would backfire.
And you know what? Julian Castro is too smart of a man to use such a petty little jab.
And then he used it to fundraise off of as well.
Yes, he did. And, you know, good for him for fundraising. But I just, you know, tell me about what you're going to do for me, not take a... But everybody was taking...
But I will say that I do have concerns about Joe's age. I have concerns. Perhaps he knows more. He's forgotten more than we'll ever know. And that's a part of it. I know he's an incredibly intelligent man, very versed, very experienced. Mm-hmm. But I'm also concerned when he makes these gaffes, when he makes these comments that don't make sense. Because we have seen presidents who have psychological impairments or memory issues.
You're thinking of Reagan.
Oh, Jesus, sweet Mary. And the one we have right now. Are you kidding?
You know, Reagan legitimately
had Alzheimer's.
When he was president.
And I'm more sensitive to Alzheimer's because it runs in my family. Mm-hmm. And I've seen what happens, and I've seen dementia. And I'm not saying that Joe Biden has anything like that.
Or like
but to see an older gentleman who makes mistakes about things that shouldn't have mistakes
Biden
made.
has done this his whole
But
career.
that's just it. He's done it his whole career. He shouldn't be continuing to do it.
I'm not defending his gaffes. I'm just saying it's just part and parcel of who he is.
I agree.
And I don't know that that's a disqualifier. And
It
certainly
terrifies me.
it's certainly better than the untreated syphilis we're dealing with now.
I'm not disagreeing
So-
with that, but it does. It's still, I want someone who has all of their faculties. And without even the hint of not having their faculties. Uncle Joe could be fantastic, but the impression I get from him, it just smacks of, oh crap, the stress of this is too much. His age is too
No.
much. He's forgetting.
He was
I
like
just
this. He was
can't.
like this all of his career. In
But it
2000, he was
still-
doing this. So 19 years ago, I remember him making gaffes, which made him not be able to beat Al Gore to run in the 2000 election, because this is how Joe Biden speaks. And I fall victim to this sometimes too. My brain and my mouth are not always in sync, and it doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about. It just means that
Right.
yeah, you
that's true.
need to focus, and sometimes we get,
I would like to see Andrew Yang get more time.
Andrew
I'm
Yang.
sorry. I think that Andrew Yang, while many of his ideas are revolutionary and
Yes.
They seem quite far-fetched, if you would have said 10 years ago that we would
Universal
have
basic-
children in cages,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that we would be banning people who are medically here on visas for life-saving measures, throwing them out of the country, we all would have said that was crazy too.
Right.
10 years ago, universal health care was Obamacare, and that was it. No one was
Right.
even entertaining it. So I'm not saying that he should be president by any stretch or win the nomination, but I am saying I think that some of the more established candidates, like Elizabeth Warren, some of the more progressive ones, should really look into some of the things that he's talking about. And he's bringing attention to issues that we haven't thought about before.
Well, and I've always said that Andrew Yang and Elon Musk are the Steve Jobs and Bill Gates of this generation. They're amazingly intelligent and so far beyond what we can think of that I don't know that makes you presidential, but that makes you a forward thinker.
And it makes you important in the next administration.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I
And
want to hear more from him.
the thing is that the problem I have with Andrew Yang is that he gets off on the universal basic income, which I know attracts the millennials, because they see it too as a necessary means to survival. But he forgets to tell us all the other things that he knows about. And even with having this contest to give away $1,000 a month to 10 families, which is a great way to bring people into your new followers in. But it doesn't tell me everything about who you are as a candidate. And that's my big problem with Andrew Yang, is that he's kind of a one-trick pony. And I always think about
here's the thing.
And he's
he
not a
may-
one-trick pony at
no,
all.
but the media isn't covering him, and the other candidates aren't taking him seriously enough to get his message out there.
That's because he keeps
and
talking
who he
about the
is.
same issue instead of talking about
multiple issues
and bigger issues that affect people my
can see
age,
that.
which
I
is
can see that.
healthcare. So that's my, Andrew Yang would be an eminently better president. So, talk about good genes,
Okay, who does not belong on that stage?
Amy Klobacher.
Hey, shout out to Ben Lohman. I'm going to tag you in this one, Ben. She is the Maffle Queen. Very quick reference, in college speech, we have these tournaments that you have to, in order to go to nationals, you have to qualify by placing a certain level in a final round for an event. And we have these little tournaments pop up that are qualifying tournaments, also called Maffles. And that's where you go if you're not good enough to qualify other places, but you still need it for team points. And so she's the Maffle Queen. She does not belong
up there. And
No.
she is one of the three progressives that's up there. I get that. But she has to stop making points for the Republicans. She has to stop making Trump points. Honest to God, when she refers to Bernie Sanders' bill for Medicare for All and refers to page 8, one more frickin' time, pardon me, I'm raising my voice, is she, in your face, Amy Klobacher, that 149 million people that will be going off of private healthcare insurance, not paying insurance premiums anymore, will be getting new insurance, better insurance, more affordable insurance through Medicare for All. Would you stop making Republican points through scare tactics? It's just
I find it
evil.
hard to see her as one of the more progressive candidates.
Well, she comes down usually on more progressive issues, but let's face it, Sanders
She's
and Warren are
interesting.
top progressives, and she's kind of floating in there wherever she can get a talking point in. She needs to just go away, and it's not that I dislike her in eating salad with a fork, it's just, or with a comb. It's just that she's riding this page 8 pony to the finish line, and it's not
So I would say overall, many of the candidates, while they are sticking to their primary points for their campaigns, are repeating the same things, and it's time to hear something
Oh
new
my gosh, every single one of
from
those
them.
candidates
That's
is going
how
to bring
I
you
felt
better
about
health
Uncle
care.
Joe, man. I'm telling you, everything for the first debate in 3/4 was Obama.
But Murray, it's because he was.
I know we've been through this.
No, but I think it bears repeating. He was Obama's wingman, and he backs his president. Their relationship went beyond being president and vice president. They are excellent close friends. He is not going to say anything bad about the Obama administration.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, I think Obama was great, and everyone thinks Obama was great. I'm
A little too
saying
corporate for this progressive.
That he he's better than we've had in a long time. Let's just put it that way. In the grand scheme of things, he was great.
He was excellent, yeah.
Yeah. But Joe, the thing is I guess I can see that maybe that relationship, that friendship, and the respect he has for him, but he needs to differentiate that between what he has done and his plans are and what Obama did, even if it's the way that he phrases it.
All respect for him if he threw Obama under the bus.
I'm not saying
No, that's what they're asking him to do.
No.
Yes,
No.
on the
I'm asking him to give a different freaking answer than Obama did this. We all know Obama was great. Give something that you did, not what Obama did.
I understand that, but as a vice president, he really doesn't do anything except.
Right, that's why is he qualified?
Because
I feel that way.
Because he's like president in training.
And I'm sorry, but I'm very concerned with his age.
And
his
you have to be
ability to remember
concerned
things.
that you have 3 candidates in their 70s, and that would be Warren, Sanders, Biden.
Warren doesn't look a day over 62, and she's sharp as a dang tack.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Where
Joe
is not sharp.
Women age differently than men. We know that. By the time we hit our stride, after we're done fighting our way through school and fighting our way through motherhood and fighting our way through
the corporate America or whatever path we choose.
We're always punching up, and we know that the glass ceiling isn't there, that it's reinforced concrete. Every woman knows that. And by the time you're done trying to balance marriage, childhood, or raising children, your career, and trying to figure out how to make it all work, your brain is operating at a higher level. We hit our stride in our 40s and 50s. We just hit our stride.
Right.
It's like we're just out of the starting gate then.
Absolutely.
That's why women are aged differently than men. We have to multitask constantly, and it just... we're just different than men. We think differently. The men think very linearly.
We think globally.
Women think globally. We have to, because we have to look for the next thing that may harm our family, our children, our career, ourselves mostly. We always have to be protective of ourselves, and physically, mentally, emotionally, financially.
And you see women looking for opportunities as well in that same vein, because
Yes.
we always have to be self-reliant,
We
self-sufficient.
do.
Even if we're in
have-
a great relationship
Yep.
or married or whatever the case is.
Women always have to plan for, can I take care of my family, my home, my children, all on my own?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know what happens in divorce. Women end up doing all of that, and neither one of us has been through that or had to cope with that. But we certainly have friends and relatives that have.
I
and
really
we've watched them
think that
totally get
Elizabeth
screwed.
Oh, yeah. I really think that Elizabeth Warren displays those characteristics. She's the epitome of woman. She has been there and done that and bought the T-shirt for almost everything. I respect her wealth of experience, her understanding, the fact that she was an educator makes her more
well-rounded.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And without that brittle kind of hard edge of Kamala Harris.
Right.
So as much as I love Harris, she's just, there's
AG,
an edge.
Harris AG. Harris AG.
You know what? I would be totally 100% on board with that.
Harris
But
AG.
But the thing is that every single candidate up there, except for Warren, wants Biden to throw Obama under the bus. They seriously do. They're trying to get him to do that gaffe, and he's not going to go for it. That would be the worst thing that he would ever do. But I want to talk to you about Beto, okay? Because Beto came out, shot across the bow on gun control.
Yes, he did.
And you have to understand that horrible shooting in El Paso, that's his hometown. That's his turf.
And then the next one in Odessa.
In Odessa, oh my God. And that one was so horrifying because it was a constant rolling mass murder.
And then there was a third one in the last few months.
Was it Midland?
No. But I don't blame him. It's that is harming his state. And I like to hear, people be, well, Chicago has the highest crime rate in the district.
Chicago has a problem with guns.
Texas has the loosest gun laws, and their mass shooting rates are way higher.
Well, and Chicago's issues are largely from guns that come in
Indiana.
from Indiana, Missouri, Mississippi. They come in from out of state. We can't, here in Illinois, where we live, where both of us live, I'm wearing my Illinois shirt, we can't control that people can go down to Mississippi, buy a truckload of guns, drive them back to Chicago, and pass them out to the gangbangers because you don't have laws in Mississippi, Indiana, Missouri.
We need a federal law.
We need a federal. You know what? The state of Illinois needs to open a can of whoop ass on all of those states where those guns come from, because if they haven't filed off the serial number, we can find them. We know where they came from, and we need to file a lawsuit. The city of Chicago and the state of Illinois needs to sue the shit out of them, Murray. And I'm going to get in your face about this because you all are screwing up our big city, and that is the crown on the top of Illinois. So knock it off. I may not be a city girl, but I know that they're 70% of our GDP here in Illinois, and I will protect Chicago. So
I'm with her.
But that's,
Beto, I think he made a real strong stand.
He did.
And I'm proud of him for that. You know what? Come out on your conviction. Stop straddling middle ground.
Well, he, exactly. I mean, he's standing tall on this issue. And if anything, he's going to drive the ship home. And, people, my friends that have guns and you and I both being FOID card carrying Democrats and respecters of the Second Amendment, when he says, I'm coming for your AR-15, your M16, your AK-47, I don't know if you all remember back in the day when they would find Uzis, which are machine guns, on the streets of Chicago. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And of course, Chicago harkens back to the Tommy guns of the 20s. Mm-hmm. And we got rid of those and banned those from our street. Yeah, mob violence. So we've had to deal with that here as part of our state's history.
Since the beginning of our existence.
Right. So now we're dealing with this not as the gang thing, but as a real enemy. And the problem with these guns is when they shoot, the bullets are meant to go in and explode in the body. That's why you can't stop the bleeding as quickly and why people bleed to death waiting for help. Most of the victims in Odessa bled to death waiting for an ambulance. And so instead of teaching our children in schools to triage shooting victims, we need to just stop selling these guns and let them through attrition go away. Oh my God, vaping. And then he brought back the whole vaping thing. That's,
I didn't realize that the tobacco industry was behind the vaping, and that gives him money, so he was fine with it.
Well,
he learned that.
Yeah.
But the point is, we think we've had some great
candidates,
and we've enjoyed watching them. We're going to be seeing the next debate,
which
will be coming up here soon, and we'll be doing it. If anyone would like us to come out, it may be 2 nights, because everyone who is on the stage is going to be on the stage again. Plus, Tom Sayer has also qualified.
Steyer, isn't it? Steyer, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
And he's also qualified for I don't think that was the right choice. I think the stakes should have gotten higher.
Oh, yeah.
Not allowing those.
Listen, we need to sift out some of these because they're just, I mean, if you asked me to name the 10, I could do it, but I'd have to really think about it because I really think it should be, maybe
We
5.
didn't even mention Cory Booker.
Who had a really good night.
He did.
He did. He had he came out strong and very effective, and he's a person that I never looked at that hard, but he really had some excellent
did have
points.
some great night. He did. So, well, we will let you know. We'll be posting this tomorrow, and we will let you know how the bump in the polls, if anybody really made a move.
Well, I saw it this morning on Sunday morning. The Warren got the big bump.
I'm sure she did.
But she came off, and she stayed on topic. So.
All right, well, we need to stay on topic too, and that's time for us to wrap up. So Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to us on YouTube at Heartland Mamas, MAMAS. Put us on your Facebook, your Twitter feed, share with your friends. Shout out to Boone County. Boone County Democrats post every episode for us, and we have a lot of fans up there. So if you're interested in doing that, let us know. If you'd like us to come out, let us know that too.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
And we'll see you next time from the Great Red Divide.
Bye-bye.
Bye.